Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the German Tier 7 preferential premium tank destroyer, the E25. That was a mouthful. Yeah, the Cockroach, as I like to call it, because, you know, it's tiny, it's a pest, fires very quickly, very good camo, and it just scuttles everywhere. It's the Cockroach. The E25, it's just a pain in the arse when it's sat in a nice little bush somewhere, because it'll just keep firing and firing and firing over and over and over again, and it's very hard to detect. And if anyone sort of gets caught in your gun line, it can be over so quickly for them. So quickly. I say it's hard to detect, and then the T71 DA just spots us, because why not? Yeah, the E25, it's not a tank that I play all that often, but it is an absolutely ridiculous tank destroyer. If you play it to its strengths of being stealthy as a mother trucker and just using the unreal DPM that this thing has, you can just have some mentally good games. Like I say, if anyone gets caught in your gun line, oh, this poor ARL V39, yeah, it doesn't go well. Case in point, ARL V39, he's just about to get away with it, isn't he? Well, I mean, was that getting away with it? Probably. Except for Swindle nicking the kill. It's always kill stealing, that man. Very annoying. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? When people get caught in the middle of this gun, when it starts firing at them, oh, those poor souls. Poor souls. So in terms of a crew on the E25, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Run and Gun, Steady Aim, Trap Mechanic, Camouflage Expertise, and Muffled Shot. If you really wanted to, you could take off Trap Mechanic and put on Silent Driving, because that way you'll be more stealthy when you're moving about, which is great for a tank like this, which is, you know, ridiculously stealthy already. And you can, again, make the most of the camo if you really wanted to, or you could get rid of Run and Gun, because you might feel like you're going to be stationary a lot more. But to be honest, I scuttle a lot in this tank, and there's a lot of times I will be charging towards someone, and I'll keep firing at them as I'm charging, you know. Or I will get so close to someone. Well, I mean, at that point, it doesn't really matter, does it, with Run and Gun? But, like, you know, I will basically just keep firing on the move, and I like that to be, you know, just a little bit more accurate. It is what it is. But, there's lots of ways you can run the E25 in that way. In terms of equipment, I run Rammer, Optics, and Camo Net. Optics to be able to spot for myself. Camo Net, obviously, because we want to make this dirty camo fantastic. And a Rammer because, well, one of the strengths of the tank is how ridiculous this DPM is. And as you see, we've got like a 2.2 second reload or something like that. It's just absolutely insane. That's why I say if anything gets caught in your gun line, oh, that poor tank, it's just not going to go very well at all. So in this game so far, we're up to 1200 damage on Sand River. There's me and Rossi, I think, are both in the C25, and then there's Swindle in the T23 E3, which is just kind of like well, most people will have earned it now, so they'll know what it's like. You know, it's basically the turreted American version of this tank near enough, because it fires just that quick. Although the gun handling generally isn't as good as this tank. And we're in a good position here to get some shots into the artillery. We managed to kill one. Unfortunately, just as our shell was in on the other one, it died, so we couldn't get the Pascuches, which is, you know, the second best medal in the game behind the Dimitrius. And now we've got this SU-130 PM. We just managed to whiff him with the final shot there. And it is what it is. With food boost, it's a 2.1 second reload. I can't tell you how dirty that is for 150 damage. This tank is so filthy. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's a meme. So shots like that we just took on that SU-130 PM is exactly why I take Run and Gun. Exactly. Because like I say, you might be thinking, turretless tank destroyer, I'm going to be getting myself into a position where I'm going to be stationary and firing at people. Well, the thing is, this actually has pretty decent soft stats while it's firing on the move. So just making sure that you're more accurate while you're doing it is definitely nice. So we take the hit from the SU-130 PM, but quite frankly, this is exactly why I took that hit. He got to fire once, I fired a lot, farmed pretty much all of his health before he got to retaliate again. I was that confident in the E25 that I knew I could do that, and I knew that, well, he wasn't going to be able to kill me, right? The T-34-2 GFT just gets shut down by a Pantera, and we know where the final tank destroyer was. It was something that was over here, and there we go, it's the T-28. We've got some shots into his side a little bit, so we get one into his side, but then we ricochet, and with the penetration, because that is one of the things, it is a preferential premium. It doesn't have the best premium rounds in the middle, in the universe. So what's that? I think it's like 190 something like that. So frontally, we're not penning the T-28, but we've got really good mobility. We've got really good track traverse. I knew I was going to get in behind this T-28 and he was doomed. Fortunately, the artillery tracked him in place, and that means we can just rail this guy in his driveway, or keep him perma-tracked, set him on fire, and just wreck that poor guy's day. Because that's what E25 does. I'm going to finish with the game with 3 kills, nearly 4k damage, 2009 base XP, the 625 assistance, a decent amount of credits, ace tanker, the high caliber, and yeah, like I say, 2009 base XP. Really nice game for the E25. It's, yeah, genuinely just such a ridiculous tank. And really, even when it faces tier 8s, that's just more HP to farm. That's the way the E25 looks at it. It's like, oh, well, you know, because tier 8 is the best. Or should I say tier 8 is the worst matchmaking that this tank can actually see. So it sees tier 8s and it's like, oh no, not tier 8s. It's like, HP. You know? That's just what it does. Because you're generally not going to be head-on in front of people spotted all the time. You're going to be in a position where you can just start working them over with a gun really easily. So that's why we've come to this position right now. Because like this VZ44 has been, he's been caught out as he's crossed over. We got a few shots into him. Now there's a Lurver. He's actually got set on fire by Rossi. We're firing AP at him right now, which is actually not guaranteed to go through this guy. We should have been switching to premium as we've bounced again. We pen him in the side then finally. Just the angle that he was at made penning him a bit awkward. And we get another shot into him there blind as he just got away. Again, we need to switch to premium, which we finally do, because we're not penning on ISM, even in the side with standard rounds at this distance. It's not happening. We've got like 150 something pen. That thing's very well armoured on its side armour. Yeah, need premium. The thing is, when you're firing at tier 8 heavies, most of the time this tank is going to need premium rounds. And there's a lot of tanks where tier 8s, you will shoot them in the side and you still need premium. And that's stuff like the ISM, stuff like KV4s. Russian heavies, generally, to be honest. You know. But this is, again, this is where his tank's deadly. We're just in this position. There's an ISM down there. We've been firing at all these people, and that ISM just didn't see us. Once you get into position to farm, it's great. So we're taking some hopeful shots at that guy's lower plate. It's not going in. But there's the Stirrer Mill. So he's out in the open. We just load AP because we don't need the premium. And, oh, we've broke his engine. This poor guy. There goes the Stirrer Mill. That Stirrer Mill, again, was prime example of, oh, you caught out, are you? Oh, you have some nice HP. Oh, it's gone. Oh, really sorry about that. Yeah. So this wheelie boy starts coming towards us, and he ends up spotting us as we try and fire at him. It's like, go on, wheelie boy. Go on, boy. Come chasing after us. He seems very reluctant to do it, though. We do know where the ISM is, though. The ISM is just over this ridge, and I'm thinking, should I go try and spot it? No, you know what? I'm going to kart round. Rossi's is where he is. Our team has flanked straight down the one line, so that's sort of a safe area. The light tank does spot us as he comes over, because he actually, I didn't expect him to just charge over in the end, because the way he was playing, but we do manage to get a shot into him just as we swivel around. Again, that's where run and gun really helps the tank, because would we have hit that without run and gun? Possibly, because RNG, you know, as it is. But for the most part, run and gun with the 10% better accuracy definitely helped in that regard. So we know where the ISM is. Rossi's pulled back towards the cap. He can get shots at that guy. He can also get shots at the guys coming out of the heavy line. Look where this ISM is. We've got into a small bush location. It's not even that well covered. He's 230 meters away. And we've managed to flank round behind him. And this poor guy has actually... He's turned sideways onto Rossi as well, which is the worst decision he could have made, because if he'd stayed frontally on there, Rossi would have not penned him and I'd have had all the damage. But he turned sideways on for both of us and we just farmed that poor guy. But he couldn't spot us because the camo on this tank, like I say, is just absolutely filthy. It's ridiculous. Now we've come against this Type 59-2 and VZ44-1. I pull back to a point where the VZ can't quite get shots at me, so I'm kind of safe from him. And we're just starting to pepper the shots into the side of that Type 59-2. Like I say, the Type 59-2 made a mistake. He ignored us. You don't ignore an E25. But that's the thing of having such low alpha, right? Is that you think, oh, it's only shot me for 150. And then before you blink, within 10 seconds, you've lost nearly 1,000 health. Or, well, it's more like 600-700 health, right? But, you know, before you blink, you've lost it all. You ignore it because it's such low alpha while it's cutting you. But when it starts to build up, it builds up very, very fast. I mean, 2.2 second reload is just nutty. We get a nice shot on the move into that VZ44-1 just as we're coming in. Again, run and gun helping. This is why I run and gun. You're seeing exactly why I do it. Making yourself 10% more accurate on the move is always nice. So we know where this light tank is. Obviously, we're chasing after this guy. We're still full health, so I'm just like, yeah, let's run. So I want to see if I can ram the guy. If we can hit him on the move, that'd be nice. There's the Super P. Rossi's like, I'm going to start farming that guy. So I'm like, okay, Mr. Wheelie Boy, I want you. Tried to get into ramming, but, well, he's a wheelie boy. But we do manage to get a little bit in, but we just fail. Auto-aim shots and miss. But we do get to shut him down, which is always good. It's always nice to shut down the wheelie boy. And this Super P did get absolutely farmed by Rossi. That poor guy. And we finished the game with 4.4k damage. The victory, nearly 2.2k base XP, 984 assistance. The Ace Tanker, High Caliber, the Confederate Medal. And yeah, like I say, nearly 2.2k base XP. A really nice game for the E25. The Cockroach. It's such a damn good tank. It's absolutely filthy. The camo is unbelievable. It's a very, very solid tank, even in this day and age. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.